the first panel of the day, Unlocking the UAE's Advantage as Premier Study Destination. If I am going to ask you how many of you believe that the UAE is going to be the next hub, the next education hub? Do you believe in that? All right. So then it's the right time to invite the first panelists on the stage who also strive the same idea. And first, I would like to invite on stage the moderator of the panel discussion is Vandana Mahajan, founder of Futures Abroad. Please welcome on stage. And the panelists for the first discussion are Jan Horn, Syed Abbas, Rima Minon, Subia Mojib, Dr. Fazal Malik.
A very good evening, everyone, and a very warm welcome to an amazing panel discussion today, Unlocking the UAE's Advantage as a Premier Study Destination. It is my absolute pleasure to welcome all of you for a vibrant discussion on a topic that truly encapsulates the UAE's vision for the future. In recent years, UAE has emerged as a global study destination, an education hub offering a blend of academic excellence, cultural diversity, and strategic connectivity. The country's forward-thinking policies state the art of infrastructure and partnerships with leading global universities that have made it a magnet for ambitious students worldwide. Today, we all explore that as UAE set the foot in the education sector, it emphasizes on innovation and entrepreneurship, all of which aligns with the nation's vision for a knowledge-based economy. As we delve into this topic today, our distinguished panel will share insights into the evolving education sector, the landscape filled with opportunities for students and institutions alike, and how the UAE is leveraging this strategic location and multicultural ethos to become a beacon of academic excellence. So let's get started, and with a round of introductions from our esteemed panelists. Over to you, Jan.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Jan Horn. I am the Managing Director for SAE University College here in Dubai. SAE is a very specialized higher education institution that specializes in creative media programs only. A lot of people might not exactly know what creative media programs are. So those are programs that focuses on the creative economy, like the disciplines of animation, game design, game development, graphic design, film production, virtual reality, sound and audio engineering, augmented reality, and the new media programs. So those are the kind of things that our students study. Nice to meet you. Thank you very much. It's great to be here.
Hello, everyone. This is Syed Muhammad Abbas. I'm the Director for Marketing and Admissions at Greenwood International Institute, Sharjah. We basically offer the program for UK qualification into business management, computing, cybersecurity, or IT, or logistic and supply chain management, or software engineering. Basically, the students who study with us, the UK qualification, after that they have an option to do the top-up with the UK's universities, either in UAE or in UK. So more than 1,000 plus universities offers the top-up program for the bachelor's and master's degree. Not just the bachelor's, but that itself is a qualification. So we offer a very economical fee for the students with internship program, and then as well as the job placement as well, either in UAE or in UK. So these programs that we offer are WES-approved programs. So here, not only the Sharjah, we focus across UAE and as well as the African nation. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Great to be here, seeing this sea of faces. I'm happy all of you have made the time to come. And Meritto, I'm very happy to be here to share my views. I came to the UAE in 1998, and I set up Counseling Point, a training and counseling center where I help students with applications to university as well as choose the right career based on their needs, their aspirations, goals, and capabilities. I have seen phenomenal growth in this landscape of education. And as you all know, some of you are new in town, but there are several people here who have been here for ages. And I am one of those who has seen the exponential growth in this space, the landscape of education. And I'm delighted that Meritto has taken the lead. And I'm particularly happy that you've called it Evolve because of all the things that are happening socially and geographically, with all the things that are geopolitical reasons as well. A lot of change is happening, and because of which UAE has become a happening destination. Thank you.
Hello, good evening everyone. I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Subia. I'm the Academic Director of Edumistic Institute of Creative Intelligence. We have short-term and long-term courses. We focus on fashion design, interior design, graphic design, photography, and our courses are not only KHDA accredited, but from Pearson, UK. So I've also been here a long time, since '97, and I've been fortunate to see the growth in the UAE and to see the change in the ecosystem and how fortunate we are to have a government that really supports the educational landscape. So thank you so much for coming, and I'm truly honored to be here. Thank you.
Hello and good evening all. My name is Fazal Malik, and I know some of my ex-colleagues and some of my friends are here as well. But thank you, Meritto, for inviting me, though I might be in minority here, but it's really, really amazing because, we being academics, we always look at the teaching, the innovation, the research, the library, the books, but never get this perspective, which is the real nerve center of how we run educational institutions in this country. I have been here for the last 20 years, and I was the Pro-Vice Chancellor of Amity University in Dubai. I have just left Amity in August, actually, and I have set up my own consultancy now. As has been mentioned here, it's a real becoming a knowledge hub as UAE diversifies its economy. And there is actually a gold rush at the moment. Every university wants to come here. And I provide consultancy in terms of regulations, in terms of licensure, in terms of market insights, and also in the process of recruitment of faculty. What I have seen is, at the moment, there are 4 universities from India in the queue for KHDA and many more for CAA. There are 7 universities from UK and 17 universities from Europe and US, which want to come up, either set up their branch campuses here or they want to set up their independent universities here. I remember only last year, this time around November, when the owner of Symbiosis, Dr. Vidya, she came and I took her around Amity University, and she was so keen, and it is amazing to see how she could turn it around, and she has now the CA accreditation as well. The universities and some of my ex-colleagues from Amity are working there. It's amazing. We are probably in the best times now in terms of higher education, expansion, and transnational education here. I will talk a little bit later more about it, but about myself, I was actually a journalist by training. I was working for the BBC in the UK for 17 years. Then I made a transition to academia, and I set up the media schools at Higher Colleges of Technology way back in 2007 at 8 campuses. And then I moved to Amity University in 2016, and I just left, and I'm enjoying the sun at the moment. Thank you.
Thank you to all the panelists for introducing yourselves. You bring a unique perspective to this discussion. So my first question, UAE, as you all said, is known for its advanced infrastructure, it's known for its academic rigor, safety, security, etc. How do you see the international student experience shaping up in the market here? I think any one of you can take this.
Can I? In the questions itself, there is an answer. The safety, security, culture, everything. So these days, not only these days, even on the upcoming the future, the UAE is one of the leading countries in the world that focus more towards innovation, research, entrepreneurship, and the internship program. Along with the studies, the university focus more on the placement, the job. So it's an obvious that this UAE is the connect to hundreds of countries. So this is the center for jobs, for education, for research, for everything. So it's an obvious that any international students who planning to come to UAE, they look into all these things. And I don't think they get such facilities anywhere in the world other than the UAE. So this is the best place for those students who wishes to come here to study.
Awesome. My next question, what unique factors have propelled the UAE to become a preferred study destination, specifically for international students, and how can these advantages be sustained in the face of the global competition amongst international universities?
Can I answer
Yes,
this
absolutely.
question? I think, there are some pull factors and there are some push factors. Push factors, if we look at what's happening around the world right now, Brexit in the United Kingdom, which is sort of turning off many parents from sending their children, and the changes in the immigration laws across the world, especially in the Commonwealth countries, Australia, Canada, and UK, and also now in United States. While I was driving here, I heard news that Trump said that he's going to create a new university which will actually dispel every other university. They take all resources and tax them to start a university which will be completely online. And he has a lot of political baggage to say about it. But these are the push factors. And then what my colleague here said, there are the pull factors: safety, security, quality of life, which is perhaps the best thing here. My children grew here, they went to the local schools. I lost my wallet 3-4 times and it has been brought back to me. These are small anecdotes, but these make up the country. And on top of that, the regulations, and now, though we are slightly behind in research and innovation, but it's all coming up. I think the combination of these push and pull factors is something really, really helping this country. And above all, there is this geopolitical advantage of this country being 3 hours away from India and 6 or 7 hours from Europe. It gives us another advantage. And the last point I want to make is, I want to talk about a little bit in detail, but let me briefly mention it here. There are 3 coefficients which are very important for this part of the world. One is the demographic quotient, second is the economic quotient, and third is the technology quotient. If you look at the demographic quotient, half of the world's population lives in India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, China, Nepal. Almost 3.85 billion people live there. And out of that, how many people have disposable income to send children abroad? More than the total population of UK. And then within the GCC, or in the Middle East and MENA region, there are so many people and young people who are in the university age. That's the demographic. And economic coefficient is that diversification of economy, and 16% of the budget of this country is spent on higher education. If you look at the higher education strategy 2030, it tells you how much they are investing into it. And the third thing is technology. Who else can match the infrastructure, technology, which has been created in this part of the world? It makes it a real destination. And with the good universities coming here and the quality assurance being followed, I think there's not going to be a match to this part of the world when it comes to higher education.
I'd like to add to that. One of the key things that we notice here is more than 200 nationalities have made UAE home. And with all the turmoil around us, we see a lot of people coming from various parts of the world to make UAE their home. With the world becoming so, small, when our children go into universities here, they have exposure to global, students from the global stage. So they are better equipped in their cultural competence when they go into the job market. And I think that's very, very important and crucial.
Yeah.
I would like to add one point. With all these things, the main important point is the government support. So UAE has the big support from the government, especially for the international students. Not only for the international, for the local, anyone who wishes to come to UAE, government is the one who take the first step to support. So this is the main key, which is why UAE is developing to the next level.
Absolutely, and I think I agree with all the points that the panelists have proposed. My biggest question, being a career counselor and a parent, return on investment has become a big issue, while the other issues have also been safety, security, infrastructure. How do you think UAE is gearing up from the university perspective or career guidance experts' perspective to give employability to international students who are going to come to UAE for higher education?
So if I may attempt an answer at this question, if we look at what currently is the biggest challenge that youth face all around the world, and even more so within this region, it's jobs. If you had to ask your children or young people that you know, what is the thing that they struggle the most as they move in their journey through life, it is where they're going to find a job. And I think one of the things that would really enhance all of the efforts that have been made here locally with regards to establishing the UAE and Dubai as a study destination is to really build clear pathways for international students and local students towards employment. If we look at the pillars of KPIs and quality assurance standards that have recently been published by the Department of Higher Education and Research, the Ministry of Higher Education and Research here in the UAE, the number one and first quality assurance measure and KPI that's going to be applied to universities going forward will be employability. And there's two categories. So this category will count 25% towards the quality assurance. 80% of that KPI will come from the ability for that university to place students in a job within a year of graduating. The second part of that KPI is, which counts about 20%, is creating opportunities for students for employment within the discipline that they studied. And I think this is a key aspect that we need to keep in mind. The government has put that vision forward. It is our responsibility as higher education institutions to make sure that students don't just find jobs, but they find jobs in the industry and the discipline that they studied. If we can achieve that, then we will enhance this journey towards making sure that we deliver on the promise that we make to prospective students. Come here and you will find a job in the discipline that you've actually studied.
Can I just add something?
Yes.
So I have had a very long and a close association with the American University in Dubai, and I have taught there for many, many years, and I've seen AUD, which is one of the biggest universities in Dubai, grow, and most of our students, I would say 92% of students from the American University Dubai actually end up in full-term employment around Dubai, which is a very, very high turnover. If you compare that to the UK, for example, the UK students, when they graduate, after they've done their undergraduate degree, they are coming out of university in debt of probably over £100,000, with the job prospect being quite abysmal, to be honest. Whereas here, because it's such a robust, thriving economy, it's actually it's one of the main advantages of students who are coming here. They will get employability. 92% of students do. And Dubai, with its safety, with its kind of amenities, the recreational activities, the beautiful beaches we have here, there is just so much to offer students. As a parent, for me, safety is a huge factor. And when we send our kids abroad, whether it's UK, US, Europe, the safety aspect really does kind of worry us. But this, in this part of the world, is something that we don't really have to worry so much about.
Just one point I want to make here, because we're looking now ahead of another, say, 10, 15 years. The concept of employment is changing. I think we need to bring that into this discussion. The conventional concept of job and employment is changing. We don't know what type of jobs will be there in 5 years' time. I think the focus should be also on entrepreneurship, on innovation, on developing SMEs, and we need to start preparing students for that, rather than preparing graduates to find jobs. We have seen this experiment has failed in many parts of the world. And I think really we need to work on, if there are academics here, to look at the curriculum which can reflect and work with the industry to create curriculum where we can produce students who can actually, tomorrow when they grow and they create their own companies, they should be offering jobs rather than looking for jobs. I do understand. I, as a parent, I would like my son or my daughter to have a job at the end of the university degree. I invest in it. But we have to see how technology is changing, how job market is changing. That needs to be kept in the mind.
I'd just like to add, another point to what you've made. Really, really important point. And Sheikh Hamdan just a few weeks ago launched the startup entrepreneurship, and how he wants Dubai to be a place where students are risk takers, and they will create startups, and the economy, the country, will support that. And these changes are reflected in the KHDA E33 vision, which Sheikh Mohammed recently launched. And this is a complete restructuring of KHDA, of making the Dubai educational ecosystem so robust. And Sheikh Mohammed also said that he is going to create one of the best universities in Dubai, and this university will be in the top 10 of worldwide universities. And we all know when Sheikh Mohammed says something, he does it. So we are really fortunate to be in a place that really supports this vision.
Thank you so much, and I totally agree with that. I think UAE's vision for the education market is far ahead than any other developed country in the world. And we do also understand, all the visa liberalizations that the UAE government has done, including the nomad visa and all the technology visas, creative student visas. Anybody studying in top 100 universities of the world gets a golden visa. This is all a way to attract talent and, create opportunities for not only companies but also students who are top-notch. My question goes to the panelists who are heading significant positions in academic institutions here. How do you think educational institutions can collaborate with policymakers to further strengthen this ecosystem and promote long-term talent retention in the UAE?
This is a very important question, in fact. The reason is the educational institutions are now moving towards the collaboration and partnership with the top universities across the globe. And the universities which are located in UK, US, or Canada, or even in Australia. So every university wanted to have their base in UAE. With this, even the government has given a support to the students with the option of the golden visa for the excellent students, for the entrepreneurs or the special, the business or educationists, all those things. With regards to the visa, yes, the government has supported and supporting the students to overcome, along with the job they can also study. But when it comes to the collaboration between the institution and the universities, it is very important to have this kind of collaboration to recruit the international students. Because the UAE has become a hub of education, especially for the skill-based education. Because as per the Global Index 2022, the UAE became the first in a global ranking, and even His Highness Sheikh Hamdan announced that UAE will be focusing more towards the skill-based education than on just academic. So it's an obvious that international students, those who are planning to come to UAE, they are also focusing on the skill-based education as well. So this is not just a challenge, but it's an aim of UAE to bring all the international students to UAE and make them, not just for the job, but make them to lead the team, lead the company, lead their society, lead their community and the nation. So this is the leadership. There is a word, a leader creates the leaders. So obviously we are under the good leadership, so we are known for it.
Perfect.
If I can just add from my side, just with regards to the collaboration between higher education institutions, universities, and government, I think it also goes a little bit further, also towards industry. I think it's very important that there's a partnership between all three so that the universities, the government, and industry know what the needs are. That really drives students here. So I think one of the ways to answer your question directly, that universities, higher education institutions can really build a partnership, is by offering research services to government and to industry to conduct research and data that will support government initiatives, and also that will build initiatives that are initiated by government and then grown by industry. I think one of the strengths that we have as higher education institutions is the ability to have faculty that can deliver on research that can have a societal impact. And that's actually the #1 priority of government, is to have a societal impact. And we can play that role, and then it will also build this ecosystem. So this is one way where this partnership can really be strengthened between ourselves and government.
Thank you so much, and thanks to all the panelists for your insightful thoughts. Let's keep the momentum going, and thanks, Meritto.
Thank you so much, but please